what I'm about to say here is even shocking to me, so take it or leave it. I read an article in the New York Times Magazine, and it was about how people are forming romantic relationships with AI companions. The title of the article is "They Fell in Love with AI Chatbots and Found Something Real." At first I thought, what the hell? But the more I sat with it, the more I realized something important. If you've struggled in your romantic relationships, you might benefit from this more than you think. Now let me preface this with something, because I try to stay in my lane. I'm a heterosexual female, so when I give relationship advice, it naturally comes through the lens of a woman who has navigated relationships with men. No one is excluded from what I say. I just want you to know where the wisdom is coming from. Now, let's talk about men for a second. Men catch bad rap, but when you find a good one, there's nothing better. I truly believe most men have the potential to be good guys. They just often haven't developed the emotional intelligence required to show up that way. And look, emotional intelligence is a massive factor in whether relationships survive, especially marriages. Research supports that. So relationships with higher emotional intelligence show better communication, deeper connection, and stronger conflict repair, okay? But here's the catch. Men and women develop emotional skills differently, and a lot of that comes from socialization. You know, boys are still being raised to toughen up, shut down, don't cry, don't talk about their feelings, and then we expect them to magically become emotionally fluent adults. It does not work that way. And this part is important. Emotional intelligence is not like IQ. You are not born with a fixed amount. EI can grow. It can be strengthened. It can be completely transformed throughout your life. And I'm living proof. And honestly, I used to be the emotionally unintelligent woman. A woman without emotional intelligence is a Category 5 hurricane. A good man will run, a bad man will stay. Either way, she's doomed. So this isn't just about men. Women need EI too. EI, emotional intelligence, will take you further than anything else in this life. And that's why it's the teaching focus of my book, Thought Snob. It's linked below if you want to know more about it. But that's why I think AI companions can actually help people. They can teach EI, and they aren't replacements for human connection. Nobody's saying that. I'm not saying that. But if you don't have any human connection for whatever reason, and you're really lonely, this could absolutely fill a void until you're ready for the real thing. Now, AI lovers are mirrors for emotional patterns, and they might get you ready for the real thing. I'm being serious. If a man has the potential to go from frog to prince, emotional intelligence is the metamorphosis. And sometimes you need a mirror to see what's holding you back. All of us do. Now, an AI companion creates a safe space, like a private, judgment-free arena where you can test communication patterns and instantly see how your words land. Now, how do you communicate when you're frustrated, right? How do you express needs? What language creates closeness? What language creates distance? What old wounds show up over and over again? What triggers make you defensive, cold, clingy, avoidant? I mean, maybe you make the same mistake in every relationship. Maybe you have unhealed heartbreak and everyone new pays for someone old. Maybe you have trauma responses you don't recognize yet. And you may have zero awareness of that until it's reflected back to you. So if you want to try this, treat it like a research project, a private self-study. if you start this, keep it private. Keep that shit private. Nobody needs to know what nobody needs to know what you're doing. This is your emotional thesis project. Mercury is in retrograde until the end of November, so this is a great time to finish what you've been avoiding maybe and reflect on your past patterns. I suggest that you start your self-study at the end of the year when the energy clears, but you do what feels right for you. I'm not telling you what to do. I wanted to share this with you because what I know for absolute certainty is that the first step to attracting a healthy relationship is learning how to be in one and be one.